Alright, 69-second summary for post-rotation Ceruledge EX, which I said would be much worse due to all those stupid wall decks running around, but then we all collectively decided wall decks are icky, so Ceruledge is actually a thing. While it's definitely dropped out of the top 10, Ceruledge EX is still a major threat in standard post-rotation. The Charcadet can one-shot Budew for a single energy. You don't mind going first thanks to the discard power of Squawkabilly and Carmine. You can one-shot everything, and Briar gives you a potential extra prize card late in the game. Honestly, you could just build a list with tons of discard, a 4-4 Ceruledge line, and win a ton of games. But I can't get out of bed in the morning unless I've whacked off, so of course there's some fun versions. And Zoroark isn't a great one, but it does exist. Personally, I think the Revavroom that discards energy and draws you up to 6 is better. Plus, it opens up the possibility of running Larry's Skill Issue, which discards your hand and gets you cards that aren't very helpful. There's also this version with Ditto that won a Limitless tournament. 3 Ditto plus 2 Fan Rotom almost guarantees you can get one in the active, turning it into whichever basic you want on the first turn. I did modify it slightly because I think Briar is too valuable to exclude, but the idea is great. Whichever version of Ceruledge you decide to play, just be aware that it does have some horrible matchups. Gardevoir's one and walls are the other. And unlike the Kool-Aid Man, Ceruledge can't bust through any walls. Okay, they got a Budew. Alright, so we have a knockout on the Budew, which is great. Okay, yeah, sure. I guess we just have to go. I mean, we're... Alright, well, here we go. Here we go, everybody. So let's go into the Ditto. And then we go retreat into this guy. I think I want to put the Jamming Tower down. And then I think we just want to, you know, appraise the situation here. So we got some Squawk and Ball Torture. Always good. And I think we just... I mean, I have the guarantee, right? I think we save the Ditto for afterwards. All right, we go for the Charcadet. We save the Ditto for after the Squawkabilly because I want to just naturally draw into a Charcadet here. Hey! All right, and then we got to make sure we have access to our items, which is good. This is great. This is a great start. And we do just have a KO next turn, so I'm okay putting the Fezandipiti down. I know this is Dragapult, because what the hell else is it going to be? All right, then we go end turn. You want me to play Salvatore? No. Salvatore, you don't need to get Ceruledge up and running this early, right? You don't need to Salvatore into play and be crazy. Oh, it's Guardy. It's Guardy. Okay, so it's not Dragapult. Well, it could still be Dragapult, but it's probably Guardy. And you're grinding some wins in Mario Kart. What the hell? Are they gonna go for my Charcadet? And yes, the plural of Charcadet is Charcadet. Just like how the plural of Pokemon is Pokemon. I would imagine... Oh, okay. So they're setting up the Fan Rotom and the Fezandipiti. But I can just knock out their Budew with my Fan Rotom. And then they haven't put themselves in a situation where they can knock out my Charcadet. So I completely understand why they... Oh, crap. So, this is Dragapult then, right? It's just Dragapult with Monkey Dory. Hey, terrible hand, but I'll take it. Yar, I'll take this hand and I'll do things with it. All right, so they have the Dreepy. Oh, God. I think I used the bosses to knock out a Dreepy, especially if they attach to one. Oh, they can't. Especially if they, like, put a Sparkling Crystal. Nope, they didn't. Okay. Well, I think we just have to knock out a Dreepy and just go from there, because I'd very much like to draw a card. And, you know, you have the knockout, why not take it? And if they want to mount and Budew me again, that's okay, because we do have a KO, right? Because everyone has a single retreat cost, so I can just attach a fire and go from there. But this is why I wanted to, you know, use the bosses, because I thought I'm probably going to have to use a discard supporter. Yeah, well, they'll probably have Fezandipiti now. But for some reason, the Ceruledge deck just never seems to draw into Carmine and Research. You're more likely to prize all of your Carmine and Research than you are to just get them. Even if you Squawkabilly and if you play Pokégear, you know, you're going to get your boss's orders and you're going to get nothing else. All right, so they put the Monkey Dory in the active. That's totally fine. Wait, why did they put the Monkey Dory in the active? Are they just going to go for a Mind Bend? Are they going crazy and going for a Mind Bend here? Because that behooves me greatly. because that means I have access to my items. I can get a Ceruledge. They essentially have to pick off my Fezandipiti and my Squawkabilly. All right, here's where Pilot has to go into pilot mode right now. Because Briar might be my win condition, do I keep this Charcadet at 60 hit points left to put them back on even prizes? But I don't think I'm going to need to use Briar this game, right? Because it's most likely just going to be, I put the Charcadet in the active, I take this Monkey Dory knockout, and then I go Fezandipiti, and then I knock out Dragapult for game. So I believe that's probably what's going to happen. There's nothing I care about losing except for Pal Pad. There's only one card that I care about if we don't, and it's Pal Pad. What's the one card you don't want to get off of this Fezandipiti? Pal Pad. And what'd you get? Pal Pad. All right, so we go Pal Pad, put the bosses back in. We don't really need to go too crazy this turn with energy, so let's just get rid of this guy. Get the Ceruledge. I think we're totally fine, right? I don't need the Jamming Tower. We're only going to be down 2 Jet Energies, so that's okay. They can't one-shot a Ceruledge, especially with the board position that they have. Yeah, we'll just put that Ceruledge down. I guess the Rigid Band. I think Rigid Band... Okay, I'm going to be completely honest. I'm not 100% sure what the Rigid Band is for. I think it's for Raging Bolt, right? It's been a very long time since I played Ceruledge, and I was more about, hey, play Legacy Energy over Brilliant Blender, not play Rigid Band or anything. So that's kind of what it was, is I don't know what Rigid Band is for. Like, it's not for Golden Go, because they can, well, I mean, I guess technically it's for Golden Go, because it requires them to have 1 extra energy, but like, okay. And then Raging Bolt needs 1 extra energy, but when's the last time you've ever been like, oh man, I really don't think this Raging Bolt deck is going to be able to get 5 energy. Yeah, Rigid Band with Tower. Well, I had to put it into play, right? I could have put it on this guy, but they're just probably going to spread some cheeks. And Stevan, I mean, in Canada, I did some late night, phone this number and we'll keep you entertained. We'll keep you company. Hey, baby, phone this number and let's have a chat. It's only $20 a minute and you have to give me your credit card, and I definitely won't buy a Gardevoir Love Doll with that. Definitely won't do that. The answer is 4 Callbell. Well, the problem is that you don't mind going first, right? You're probably thinking, oh, put Callbell in the deck. That's if you go second. But you kind of want to go first because you have Carmine, because you have Squawkabilly, because you have all the things. Yeah, 20 bucks a minute, that's a bargain. And so they got Sparkling Crystal. Hopefully they bumped the Jamming Tower. Oh, and I think it was Shiny Ray. Was it you, Shiny Ray, who commented on the rant video that, like, right after I posted my video telling them that, hey, you forgot that X and Y exists, they edited their post and they added that X and Y is not available in PTC GL either? Because originally for GLC, they said Black and White is not available in PTC GL. And then they just completely forgot that X and Y exists. And then if you read the post now, it says Black and White and X and Y are not available in PTC GL, which is just so embarrassing. That was the original title for the video, is that PTC GL is an embarrassment, but then I went with disaster. Because, I mean, both are fine, right? Both are fine. Okay, so I don't know if I can take the knockout this turn. Right, it's very unlikely unless we get super lucky here. I would need to get like 2 energy and an Ultra Ball, I believe. We got 1 energy, so we are slightly short of a KO. We got all of our supporters, which thank you. We got all of our supporters, which is great. So both of these guys are probably getting knocked out, which isn't good for us. Yes, and thank you, Shiny Ray. So I'm thinking that you need something else, right? We're just going to face Dragapult all day because this game is so much fun and Dragapult is so fun to play against. But they don't have a Fezandipiti play this turn. They're going to have to have it this turn. Right? If they don't have every card they need this turn, they're kind of screwed. Yeah, see, making the rant videos is good. They pay attention. To be fair, I did also tweet about it, so maybe they saw the tweet. But it's just so sad that, you know, after over 3 years, they're finally saying, hey, we're going to be more transparent with you guys. After 3+ years, and only after you absolutely obliterated the game for about 20 hours and made it unplayable for about 20 hours, oh, now we're going to be transparent with you. Now we're going to tell you how incompetent we can be. You think we're bad now, just wait until you find out how bad it really is. Better than nothing. Juan, we've been asking for them to be transparent with us for 3 years, and now when things go bad, they're just like, oh yeah, now we'll start doing it. What? It's just so, I hate it, right? Just, you could have been transparent with us from the beginning, but it does make me think that they just keep churning through people on the dev team, right? I guess they're, yeah, gonna bring up the Skibidi, take 4 prizes, and then, hang on, am I goated? No, I'm not goated. I was like, am I goated? No, I can't knock out anyone on the bench. We just have to go for the Dragapult. We have to knock out the Dragapult. There's nothing we can do. Oh, the Terra will take damage, Juan. It'll take damage counters. Remember, damage and damage counters are different things. I tell this to all the new players. Damage and damage counters are 2 different things. All right, well, here we go. Not really anything else we can do. Wait, where the hell are all my Night Stretchers? Wait, doesn't this deck play Night Stretch? Shouldn't this deck play Night? Where's the Night Stretchers? Yeah, Zacian wouldn't do damage. Where are the... Am I dumb? Shouldn't this deck play Night Stretcher? Oh, and there's the Legacy Energy that would have been super helpful a second ago. All right, so... I don't know. This is going to be a very interesting finale here. They need a Fire Energy or a Counter Stadium. I would imagine they're not playing the Rare Candy build, or if they do, they just have like 1 Rare Candy. But that is definitely a trend I saw at Atlanta, is Rare Candy just wasn't really a thing in Dragapult. Yeah, there was a Super Rod, but I feel like Night Stretcher, you still play it, right? You want me to dump the ban for Picnic Basket? I'm not Yogi Bear. There's no stretchers in the list. Thank you for letting me know. Actually, yeah, I can double check. Because this was the one I got from Limitless, from Glasher. So it's just 1 Super Rod, no Night Stretchers, 4 Carmine, 4 Research. So yeah, it's I think it's the 1 Ceruledge list that doesn't play Night Stretcher. The basket is so base, but this deck discards everything. You're never going to get the Picnic Basket when you need it. Okay, that's fine. Okie dokie. So we have to definitely bring up the Dracloak with the Sparkling Crystal. That's not negotiable here. The Legacy Energy doesn't really do anything. But yeah, this is bad because now we have 200 hit points left. So I would like to get a Jet Energy. Crap. I would like to get a Jet Energy here. So we just got to go bosses, the Dracloak, and then, yeah, just Legacy Energy, the active, doesn't really matter. Abyssal Flames, and then it all comes down to them. Can they go Rare Candy, Crispin, Dragapult? I'm going to go with probably yes. They always have it. Altaria EX is the answer. I mean, but I'm going to win this matchup, right? Because Dragapult wants to item lock you for a couple turns. It wants to play with your balls a little bit. And then you just win? I think that, yeah, that's GG. Wait, how are they supposed... Do they have an Ursaluna? I guess that's their only win con is Ursaluna. And they probably do have it. So that's going to be a real... that's going to be a big sad ending here. So if they just have a Nest Ball or an Ultra Ball or Arvin or... Okay, well, that doesn't mean they don't have an Ursaluna. Okay, that is interesting. They're still playing the game, which is weird to me. Okay, thank you. Thank you. I mean, I guess I'll just research and see if the game breaks. And let's see how much damage we can do to this stupid thing. 700, baby. Yeah, I guess they just couldn't get their Blood Moon, because if you don't have rare candy, you should probably... So we prized the Legacy Energy and the Briar. I know, I never checked my deck to see what my prizes are. But we literally prized the Legacy and the Briar. 2 cards that I was thinking, oh, we definitely need both of these to win this matchup. But I am so good that even when I don't have the cards I need, I can still win. I am now realizing my mistake. I should have gone up with the Varoom. That would have made so much more sense. But we should be okay if we can just get a Carmine and not a bad starting hand. That's all I'm asking for, is not a terrible, not the worst starting hand in history. Okay, good. We are great. We don't want the Budew, because that's just a free prize. And then we have a Revavroom in there. Is there anything else I want to do? We've already Squawkabilly tortured. I may need to use Jet Energy next turn. So I think we attach the Charcadet. We attach to the Charcadet and just go end turn. Yeah, this is Mega Man ZX. All right. They're going to get all the things. I do regret promoting the Squawkabilly because that's just going to be some really easy prizes for them. But even with the Archaludon removing its weakness, we should be totally fine. And the reason I think I should have sent up the Varoom is because I wanted them to knock it out. So I had a choice. Do I send up the Squawkabilly or the Varoom? I thought it was Zacian. But, you know, there was no hints. There was no way for me to have any idea that Azul was playing Zacian. You know, there were no clues. I did not have a raging clue. But yeah, I should have sent with the Varoom. I should have let them knock it out. Because now we just have a heavily damaged Squawkabilly that's just going to get knocked out later on in the game. But I should be okay here. We're going to go get a Revavroom. Please tell me I didn't prize the other one. We're going to go get a Revavroom. It's going to be glorious. Ace Wang, Fezandipiti. Fezandipiti. Okay, so they didn't get the Post Wick, so that's really good. So we did not get bodied. Oh, we don't even need the Revavroom. I was like, we definitely need Revavroom here. No, I think we just have the KO, right? So if we go... Hang on, math? Yes, math. I've done math. I've done the math in my head. That's how you know it's right. I did the math in my head. That's how you know it's correct. All right, so then we go Ceruledge. Oh man, see, this is why I tell people you have to Ceruledge yourself for as long as possible to get the results you need. All right, so it's just an easy 300. All right, so I think we go Night Stretcher. We go Night Stretcher for the Revavroom. We get rid of the Luminous. I believe, I mean, they're just going to bump the Jamming Tower, but I'd rather get the extra card. And then we go, yeah, let's get rid of that. All right. Well, let's go for an Abyssal Flames. I could have done more that turn, but like they're not going to play Ino, right? They're going to be playing Arven or Research or something, or Morty's Conviction or Iris's Fighting Spirit. I do like how we got the Revavroom really easily and so many balls to play with, and it's like I didn't need those. You know, give me all the Charcadet. Yeah, it's like you're saying like, oh, why don't you play Turo's Scenario to bring up a Squawkabilly, or why don't you play this card? It's like you have to choose your flex cards in Ceruledge very carefully. Like I think Legacy Energy over Brilliant Blender is always the right call, but if you have like 3 or 4 Night Stretcher, then it gets a little skewed in Blender's favor, because then you can Blender away some energy or a Pokemon and then bring back what you need. Okay. This is why I don't have a face cam, because if I don't have a face cam, I can't look like an idiot. See? It's a win-win. You can't look like an idiot if nobody knows what you look like. Okay, so they just have the free retreat. Jamming Tower. Oh, please make an oopsie here. Make an oopsie in your pants, Azul. I want to see you make an oopsie in your pants, Azul. Oh, Azul's going to make an oopsie. Oh, that's a huge mess. Azul is doing a fickle spitting in his pants right now. Is there going to be a concede? It's not my fault you didn't attach the energy. Come on, we got this. You know you want to do it. Interesting. Maybe they're just wondering why they can't attack. Is it usually if you make that kind of an oopsie, you just concede, or they might just go bundle here? Oh. That's very weird though, right? Like, if you make that kind of an oopsie, you concede. That's just what we do here. We concede. And yeah, I think I go and see if I can get the bosses here. Because if I get the bosses, that's just absolute GG. And then we didn't get the bosses. Okay. And then we'll also have to lose jet energies, which I don't really want to do. So I think we put the Fezandipiti down. Oh, man. No, I have to be smart here. I know we're losing jet energies, but there should be 2 more. Right? We should have a Night Stretcher, 2 more jet energy, 2 luminous. I'm going to have to take a KO of an Archaludon most likely to win this game now. So let's go get the Squawkabilly. And then this should... Okay, well, we're doing 270. And we don't seem to play boss's orders in this deck. You know, I hate it when I forget to put boss's orders in a deck. It's one of my pet peeves. Oh, right. We had to get rid of them at the start of the game. Forgot about that. You know, all these days just sort of blend together brilliantly. Get it? They blend together brilliantly. But yeah, I mean, it's tough, right? So in that situation, should I have sent up the Squawkabilly or the Varoom? If the Varoom gets knocked out, that means Fezandipiti is active. And I believe I had a Nest Ball. I kept a Nest Ball in the hand to get the Fezandipiti. But the Squawkabilly, it would have taken 120. So then that would have required 2 more Insta Strikes. Like if they played Monkey Dory, then obviously that gets a little bit different. But I could have played around a Monkey Dory. So maybe the Squawkabilly was the correct play. Right? Because it would take a maximum of 120 from a Zacian, and then it would have to be insta-struck twice on the bench. And I would never let the Monkey Dory do anything because I'm a goated player. So yeah, actually, I think in that situation, Squawkabilly was the correct call. Believe it or not, I think that was the right choice. Well, you give them a free prize, but I don't mind giving them a free prize. Right? Like, it's not the end of the world if they took the Varoom, because, like, I'm going to force them to go through 3 Ceruledge. So it's like they take 1 prize. I was thinking about math, and I got a little turned on, but I shouldn't think about math. So if you're playing the Pokemon TCG, do not think about math. And, like, yeah, if they're attacking with Zacian, then I'm okay with that. But if they just want to attack with Zacian all day, I am A-okay with that one. And then we just go Abyssal Flames. We can do a million things next turn. So yeah, I think I was a little bit too worried. But I ultimately made the correct call. The correct call was the Squawkabilly based on the hand that I had. So that is what pro players need to do, is they need to assess the situation. They need to assess the situation. I didn't have a Fan Rotom. I was looking for a Fan Rotom. This doesn't play Fan Rotom because Fan Rotom does an ass landing. Yeah, I was overcooking, but the meal still turned out pretty well. Feet? You should always be thinking about feet. You know, Pokemon TCG players think about feet every 6 minutes, and it's disgusting. They did a study. They think about feet every 6 minutes, and most of the time it's low punny feet. Okay, we're gonna do this. If they don't Iono me, even if they Iono me, I think we got it. It would actually be better if they used Iono here. Right? It's like, oh, you remove your fire weakness? Oh no, Archaludon. Oh no, Step Archaludon. I'm stuck in the blender. Whatever will I do? I don't even care. I'm not doing the math. We have learned that doing math gets me in trouble, so we're just going to go for it. If I'm wrong, I don't want to be right. Okay, so we just get rid of everything. Everything is going to go, and then we're going to use Larry's skill. We have so much energy. Okay, then we go Night Stretcher. Sure. Doesn't matter what we get. We're going to win. The whole strat is just clapping cheeks, baby. Hang on. Wait, does Larry's make any sense? I mean, I just want to play Larry's because I feel bad for it. I don't actually want to use Larry's because it's good. I just want to use Larry's because, like, I feel bad for the card. All right, so we go Revavroom. Oh yeah, great timing, Blender. I mean, technically that is great timing, but I mean, we didn't really need it, right? And then we go Larry's skill. Let's see if PDC-GL breaks. Like the pre-evolved form of Delphox. Get it? Breaks. In, I don't know, 390. Look at that. We just did 390 damage to an Archaludon, and it wasn't through weakness. Yeah, see, I feel like this screen is different, right? That screen seems slightly different. As someone who has played 9,000 games on PDC-GL, I feel like that is different. But I've also, you know, sat through every iteration of PDC-GL. So we beat off Azul, and it was great. And I'm convinced that the end screen is different. We can just pretend that the Zoroark build doesn't exist, and we all live in a happy world. Oh, this is good. As long as it's not a true wall deck. I think we don't show them, right? I think we don't show them anything because I don't have a playable hand. So we make them think that this is end Zoroark. Oh, this is the absolute goated play here, is masterfully bait them. If you masterfully bait in front of your opponent at a regionals, you will win the game. That is a guarantee. See, they're going to play this game like, oh, I have a Cornerstone Masked Ogerpon. I'm going to win. I'm so pretty and young. Okay, they're going for the trolley. If this is a Milotic deck, then it's worst case scenario. Oh my god, it's this again? How do we face this in back-to-back games? This is crazy. All right, well, I mean, I think we've learned that we can win this one. The only reason I lost the last matchup against Blissey is because we just never drew any playable cards. We just kept drawing into the worst unplayable cards. There is a TM evolution in the list. Obviously, we have triple jet energy, and that's not good. Okay, just select energy and put it into play. Very simple. There we go. Okay. All right, if I don't get anything... Ooh, okay, so we did get something. So then let's go end Zoroark. Let's confuse them even further. We're going to get rid of a basic fire energy. Okay, I think we have to play with our balls now, right? We have to lose triple... Okay, well, all of our basics are non-existent. That's chill. Then we just go Carmine. Okay, all right. Who did this? Who screwed everything up for the rest of us? And Derek, welcome in. So we lost all of our jet energy except for maybe one, but I would imagine that's probably prized. You know, the only reason we didn't get rid of 4 jet energy is because the 4th is probably prized. Yeah, PDC-GO would never. Like, if I wanted that rant video to go on twice as long, I would have talked about how PDC-GO was not a good game, but PDC-GL is so bad that it makes PDC-GO seem like one of the greatest games ever made. And, you know, you see people commenting like, I would take... I think I saw it on Reddit. I would take crafting and free decks over PDC-GO any day. They could have just added free decks and crafting to PDC-GO instead of making a whole brand new freaking game. Instead of creating a brand new game, you know what they could have done? Just added crafting and free decks. It would have been so simple. Okay, so they're going to do the thing. They have a bunch of Monkey Dory. I mean, I guess it just depends. We should be okay here, though, right? You know, it's not like we're losing all of our jet energy and all of our night stretchers. It's not like all of our... Naya, thanks for the sub. It's not like we're losing all of our good cards, and they're having a great starting hand here. All right, well, I guess it's just, you know, it's that time. It's not time to duel, it's time to see if your opponent can read. This is the opponent read check. Can my opponent read? We're about to find out. Ooh, there's a Fezandipiti. All right, so we go for the Fezandipiti. We pretend like we don't have it like that. That is always the strategy. Always pretend like you're an idiot who doesn't know what they're doing, and maybe your opponent will have a mental breakdown. Okay, and then we go TM Evolution, and we put the Luminous. Again, you want to make your opponent think that you're an idiot. So this is why you do this. Then we go TM Evolution, evolve into these two. What's the... We have a switch, we have a jet energy, we're okay. We are okay, we have a rigid band. We should be fine. Yeah, and that's another weird thing that I discovered. You know, I got the exclusive rights to reporting that, is they remove the beta tag from Expanded and PTCGL. So Expanded and PTCGL is no longer in beta, though they didn't announce that it's no longer in beta. They just removed the beta word. And as an alpha, I think that's just not very nice. Yeah, it's a Sigma. Whatever the bad one is, whatever makes it worse. Because it's like they didn't do what they needed to do. They needed to add actual Expanded. Right? If you want to remove the beta tag from Expanded, then give us black and white and X and Y. Or just tell us, you know, we've abandoned it, right? We're pretending like it's a level 4 Starly that doesn't have the right IVs. We're gonna abandon it because we can't even implement. They can't read. Oh, we did it. We did it, everybody. We just need to find a Night Stretcher now. Okay, there should be 3 Night Stretcher in the deck. Okay, we're gonna thin. We're gonna thin like crazy. Okay, we're just gonna thin all the cards because when your opponent can't read, you get excited. We need a Night Stretcher though. There's 2 in the deck. This was all part of my strategy. So what do? Stadium and an energy? No, we can't take that risk. I don't mind losing everything, is what I said in my wedding vows to my first wife. All right, so, sorry, my first ex-wife. This is bad. We're getting very bad cards. We got the Night Stretcher, baby. W's in chat for opponents not being able to read. Love that. We're getting rid of all their energy. Absolute. Oh yeah, I guess we should use Colress's Stochasticity. Sure, let's get that. And then we just go Night Joker. Oh yeah, we Night Joker for Night Joker. Boom. And then 330. See? Easy. And now we just win the prize trade. Because they're going to have to put up 2 prizers to win the game, and I am goated like that. See? This is what I was trying to do the last game that the YouTube audience didn't see because my opponent could read. You know, it really irks me when your opponent can read. It's just not fair. But it is kind of funny facing off against a deck that wants you to beat them off only a little bit, that wants you to Ceruledge them. But then when it's time to, you know, reverse the roles and do a little bit of role playing, they don't know what to do. They get distracted. You know, the whole point of Blissey is that if your opponent can't do 340 damage, then you can do a lot of healing and finagling. Interesting that they brought up the Ceruledge and not the Reshiram. I dominate youngsters all day, Backseat Andy. And, well, Acewing, we've been saying that for like 3 years now, right? They're just waiting for the Pokemon Company International to just say that Expanded is Sun and Moon forward anyways, so they can say, see, that was our plan all along. I have so many ways to absolutely obliterate them. We got to do this. So I think we just go end Zoroark away some energy. We don't need the Charcadet. We have the... Oh my god. You know, it's always nice. It's always nice when you beat off other people and you don't have to worry about freaking Dragapult. Dragapult is so annoying, but it's everywhere. It's so boring. Okay, so we just go Yeah, I mean, I think switch is the correct call. Does it really matter which one I do in that situation? Hey, there we go. Vaporeon and I weathered that storm. Hey, that's going to be a thing I can say now because I'm going to buy the life-size Vaporeon plush. Oh, okay. You know, all the bad-mouthing that I do about Zoroark is... It's true. Zoroark is a terrible card. It has not lived up to any hype. The fact that it's the MVP is kind of sad, but MVP on me? To keep everyone in suspense, I will not be looking at what's in my deck right now. I will not look to see if we prized anything important. I believe what I do is we go and get the Clef Key, because that'll really tick them off. We just go get the Clef Key, and then they'll be like, wait, what? How am I supposed to Clef Key these nuts? All right, so let's go Darkness and Fire. I will not do this in the wrong order, okay? I know that I could screw this up if I'm not careful, but I'm a freaking genius, baby. Oh yeah, we also didn't prize anything. But I'm a freaking genius. We got this. Okay? I will not retreat before I use Squawkabilly because I'm not dumb, okay? I'm stupid. There's a difference. I shouldn't have done that. Oh god. Okay, so we're gonna go... We're just gonna Pal Pad these guys back in there. And then we go retreat into the Clef Key. And then Charcadet. And then end turn. Yeah, Clef Keys don't... Look, they can't use their Ditto. Oh, how sad for you. Your Ditto can't splup all over the place. I wish you'd splup on my face. Yeah, Clef Key is just really good because there's Fan Rotom, shuts it down. Squawkabilly. If you put, you know, like a lucky helmet on the Clef Key, you can deal with Budew. So yeah, it has a lot of usages. I wonder what they're doing I wonder what's going through their mind right now. Like, oh no, I'm facing Trust Your Pilot. He's almost played 9,000 games. He's obviously got something wrong in his brain. You know, scientists want to study his brain. They want to get an MRI machine. You know, instead of using that for Pokemon cards, which was its intended use, they want to use it to look at Trust Your Pilot's brain. Yes, this is the key to winning games. The key to winning games? Okay. That's fine. So, this is fine. Hey, we can play with our secret box. I guess we just get rid of Nest Ball. Yeah, we get rid of everything. I want a... Do I just want to research here and lose my Night Stretcher? That seems fine. And then we can go... I mean, there's not really... I mean, actually, no, I think maybe... No, let's go for the League HQ. I don't know if I can retreat this dude, though, and do anything meaningful. Because, like, we have Jet Energy. So this didn't really go anywhere for us. Night Stretcher. Yeah, let's just go and... Let's just do this. We'll go for a Night Stretcher. We'll get the Water Energy. And then we go into U. And then we go Pokemon League HQ, Research. So now they're really... Oh, this is hilarious. We just got everybody now. So we go into these guys, and now everyone's going to learn what the hell does Wugtrio EX do? It's a terrible card. Discard up to 3 energy cards from your Pokemon. It does 60 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon for each energy card you discarded this way. It's a terrible card. It is one of the worst cards ever made, but Numbing Hold can screw your opponent over slightly. Okay, here we go. They're about to start doing some things, which isn't great. But if they want to attack, they'll have to get, what, Area 0 and Crispin? If they go Area 0, Crispin, they do have a knockout on the Clef Key, but they could just go, like, Area 0 and Research or something just to set up for the next turn. Because the Pikachu is going to be very annoying to deal with. Okay, Quackenberg. This is a family-friendly YouTube channel for mature adults. And that's what that's what my YouTube search always is I'm always looking for mature adults. Do they have the Area Zero in hand? That would be the only reason, or they didn't notice it. Right? The only way they wouldn't have gone for the Area Zero is if they just didn't notice it, and I don't think they noticed it. Would be my guess. Wait, what? Is Beauty and the Beast Be My Guest? I only know it from The Simpsons with the Mr. Burns Be My Vest. That's the 101 Dalmatians knockoff. Is Be My Guest Beauty and the Beast? Because I've never actually watched Beauty and the Beast. Alright. I mean, I don't know what their plan is. They did just give me a Mew EX, which Wugtrio can one-shot. Oh, they didn't see it. Don't you love it when your opponent can't read? It just makes life so much easier. You know, I'm over here whacking off, and then when my opponent just can't read, it makes life so much more fun. Yeah, there we go. See? I'm mega boomer here. I got all the Simpsons references from the golden age of the Simpsons, which was like season 3 to season 8. Yeah, see there, no one expects the Wugtrio. Well, okay, I can do it. I can do it this turn. I can absolutely mount him Budew it this turn. What the hell is this hand? Okay, well, I'm going to Iono them because I'm so confident that we're going to win that I'm going to Iono them that it doesn't matter what they do. What the hell is this crap? Okay, sure. I'm trying to... What is going on here? What's all this then? Alright, so we can get rid of the Iono. We don't need this stupid Iono. And then we can put an energy on the active. I guess we just go... There. Wait, can I knock out... No. That's also the age range of the women I'm looking for. No limit, just triple digits. All right, so if we get 3 energy... Well, we technically got 3 energy. You know what? This is dumb, so let's do it. You know, when you have a Wugtrio EX attack and a KO at the same time, you do it, okay? Those are the rules of Pokemon Trading Card Game Online, is if you can take a knockout with a Wugtrio EX, no matter how stupid it is and how far behind the 8 ball it puts you, you do it. All right, so there we go. We got rid of 3 energy. We knocked out a Mew. It realistically only knocks out, what, Mew and Squawkabilly? And like if there was any good lightning weak Pokemon, like maybe this is for my Milotic, but Wugtrio is also a Terra. Because, you know, why wouldn't you give Wugtrio a Terra and make it really strong? So do they know that they just activated my trap card? Because now I can bump my Squawkabilly, and they basically have to win with Pikachu now. Like their major win con is going to be Pikachu. My Wugtrio unfortunately will survive. I actually wouldn't mind if Wugtrio was knocked out here, because it's kind of stupid now. Like I have no use for the Wugtrio. I mean, I guess it doesn't suck to go after the Ditto, because that'll put me on 3 prizes, and then I'm assuming there's a Briar in the deck. I never actually checked my list before playing them. I'm not Santa Claus, okay? Just because I enjoy diving into people's chimneys doesn't mean I'm Santa Claus. You know, the judge wouldn't accept that defense. Okay, so then we go Wugtrio the Ditto. They're going to do 240. They don't really have anyone who can... I mean, they... Believe it or not, the biggest threat technically is... Oh. Okay. I was like, technically Ditto is the biggest threat. Okay, no, so you're probably wondering, like, why the hell did they do that play? What the hell was up with that? The Pikachu, they had a Psychic Energy in hand, and Pikachu doesn't need a Psychic Energy to attack, so that was the right play with what they're trying to do. So they weren't just, you know, playing a card just to play a card. That was actually the right play. They moved an energy from Terapagos that Pikachu needs, and it makes sense. And Braided Throne, thank you. I am worth all the praise in the world. All right, so what does Trust Your Pilot do here? We don't need to use bosses. The Mist Energy, I don't believe, is going to do anything here. So let's get rid of that. Okay, that was pretty good. You know, I'm going to admit that was a pretty good draw of Pokemon cards there. I am regretting not keeping... I mean, do I really care about the Darkness Energy? Not really. All right, so let's go... oh no, I don't think I use Jamming Tower right now, right? Right, because if I use Jamming Tower, that's probably a bad thing. Because they might bump the Splupperson. Actually, I probably go for the Hooters, but they could also bump the Hooters, so we don't want to go to Hooters quite yet. So we go get rid of that, and then we go to Hooters. Because I'm not an idiot. I know you were all expecting me to try to hit the Pikachu there, but I've done that at least 10 times. I've learned my lesson by now. You want me to play Roaring Moon? It's on the list, right? You know, I'm going through Ceruledge right now. I was Ceruledging myself for about a month. But it's nice to see that Ceruledge is still a playable deck, right? It was really sad when I thought it was going to disappear because the Japanese meta led me to believe that wall decks were so insane. But the cool thing about metas... I don't have any abilities. The cool thing about metas is that if people don't play the cards, it doesn't matter, right? It's like the Psyduck. If people don't play the Psyduck, then Dusknoir doesn't get sucked off. And if you just play the Klefki, then the Psyduck doesn't have an ability, so Klefki's playability probably rises. So if... Oh, this is great. So if Psyduck ends up being a heavily played card, then Klefki just becomes like a almost guaranteed inclusion in any decks that want to run Dragapult. Okay. I'm thinking, is there any reason to do anything this turn? Hang on, do I need to do anything this turn? It's a conundrum. There's nothing to do this turn. Yeah, I need to keep my boss's Horse Duvra. Here's where you throw for content. I would never do that. I would never. All right, so there's not... I mean, I guess I can go for the Fezandipiti, but I want to be able to keep the bosses. So we just go Jamming Tower. It doesn't matter who they get rid of. I get rid of my Squawkabilly. And then we keep our bosses' hors d'oeuvres. I have to make sure I don't deck out. That is a possibility if I'm an idiot. And then we get rid of our Squawkabilly. It's always great to use your opponent's Area 0 against them. And then, yeah, we just want to get rid of... So we attach that. We go Rumbling Engine. We keep the Jet Energy because that's like our win condition. That's our... Actually, that's our not lose condition. It's not our win condition. It's our not lose condition. And then we put some energy back into the deck. So let's go 1, 2... Because if they Iono me down to 1, I want to increase my odds of being able to use that. And yeah, see? I wasn't even paying attention, but I did the math correctly. See? Isn't this great? I almost threw there because I almost put that third energy back in, but something in the back of my brain told me, you're dumb. You're never going to amount to anything. Then I remembered that was just my dad. Yeah, you know, I do these things like I hover over a Terra when I'm trying to snipe the bench. Or I, hover over, messing up the math, but I still had 2 bosses. So it was never in jeopardy. And I guess this means Briar's not in the list, but you play 2 Terras. You know, whatever Japanese player whacked off and built this, you had some fun, but you gotta play Briar. Unless this last prize card is Briar, which it probably is, because that would be the ultimate PDCGL thing, because that's already happened this stream. I've already prized Legacy Energy and Briar in the same game, and Briar was the last prize card. And Derek, what, Jennifer Lawrence is in Milwaukee? Did you know that she slides into my DMs all the time? And I'm just like, please, quit being so clingy. All right, so my favorite attack in the game is Topaz Bolt because it has the word toe in its name. Okay, Ceruledge, and then who should... It's a smorgasbord. You know, let's, so, wait, is anyone weak? There's no one weak to lightning. I would have gone for the Wugtrio KO if it was available, okay? Just know that I looked, okay? If there was a water Pokemon over there, I would have taken the knockout with Wugtrio, but PTCGL is a terribly made game, and it will never let Wugtrio have another moment in the spotlight. But this is absolutely ending the YouTube video, because when you can just get a Wugtrio... Look at it. When have you ever seen Wugtrio as the MVP? Look at how the avatars are just staring off into the distance and not even looking at you. It's very creepy. But look at that. This is the one and only time you'll ever see Wugtrio as the MVP, and this is a great place to end the video.